God is not unjust. He will not forget your work and the love that you have shown him as you have helped his people and continue to help them. How often do we serve, but not serve joyfully? Serving others in the church and outside of my own community has been a large part of my life since I joined the church, and even before. Sometimes I get lost in the work and I consider it just that, work. When serving others becomes less from the heart and more from obligation, it may become hard to see what good you are truly doing. In serving the Lord in my church, in my community, at work, and just in my everyday life, I try to find God's light in the tiniest of things. Today, it was the smile of a young girl as I got in the pool with her as her lifeguard and helped her to pass the swim test for the deep end simply by offering her verbal encouragement. It may not seem like a lot, but the pride that came off of her as she finished the test and I told her she could get in the deep end was just a little taste of that light shining through a little girl at church camp. It had nothing to do with the keynote speaker or a meaningful worship. It was something as simple as her knowing that she could accomplish a task that at first seemed impossible. It's a lot like that with God. He guides us through the hardest parts of our lives and helps us to know that we can conquer any obstacle, but we are never alone. Serving within the church and the greater church, the little moments tend to get lost in all of the paperwork, documents, technical business sessions, and just all the meaty stuff that is so boring. So today I have to ask you, are you serving joyfully wherever you are serving, even if that is the paperwork portion of things? Or are you serving out of obligation? I believe it is so important for us as a church and even just as a group of young adults to find a light in everything that we do and give it a purpose. I challenge you the next time you go on a mission trip, build a habitat house, work in the food kitchen, do any kind of community service, or simply say hi to a stranger. To look at people's reactions, to see how they feel, and maybe try to find a little bit of God's light. Even though I do work at a Disciples of Christ church camp, I try to challenge myself every day to find God in something other than the worship service or a prayer told by a minister, a counselor, or even a child. I look for God in the kid that cleans the table for everyone else after a meal, or the child who starts the week refusing to participate in any camp songs or camp games, but ends the week being the loudest kid in the room. I know it can become hard to serve with a joyful spirit, especially after many, many years of serving. But even as time goes by and things become repetitive, refresh yourself with a new way of doing things so that you see God's light every single day. And if you can't find something, try to be that light. Be the light for the person you can tell is hurting, the person that needs a helping hand, someone you can tell just needs a conversation, or even someone in the grocery store who can't reach the top shelf. A smile and some nice words can change someone's life completely. Even if it's not sharing your testimony about God, but just asking how someone is. A caring voice and an intimate interaction can completely shape someone's mood for the day, for the week, or even for an entire lifetime. In short, my passion is that we all serve with all that we have, and not just share our physical labor and bodies, but also our emotional, mental, and spiritual support. I believe that every time that we help someone, it should be because we want to, and because we know that God is telling us to. Thank you.